Oh, laying down for this one. Digging in my ear. I just got out the shower. So I got some new blinds and a new pillowcase. Um, so this is Futurama. This upload is Futurama season 5, episode 5 and 6. So 5 is titled "Kif Gets Knocked Up a Notch," and episode 6 is titled "Less Than Hero." Now I'll start with 5. Um, this is another one of those episodes that is a big white head. Let me see if I can get that. I just took a shower. Let me see if I can rub it out. There it goes. Gone. I probably shouldn't do that. Somebody let me know in the comments if I should clean my face. But I'm not a teenage girl, so I don't care. Anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, this is another one of those episodes that I feel like I've watched like a lot. Um, but I've said if there's any sound in the background, that's my AC unit, and I'm not turning it off because it's pretty toasty today. Um, if if I've said that in the past, wait, I've said it in the past that I've seen some of these episodes several times being played on TV as a rerun. But I've also said that that doesn't necessarily take away from the quality episode. This episode is pretty low for me. It's not a horrible episode. I wouldn't say it's horrible. Um, because the interesting part is you have a male character who actually winds up. He's more like a what's the a sea crab. I think that's the name of it. Is it a sea crab? I should look the name up. But coincidentally, they have a scene where a sea crab is actually in the episode, and he's basically doing the same thing a sea crab would be doing, which is a male sea crab can hold the eggs, and basically give birth to them, not the female, so, something like that. Because he's a male character, even though he's an alien, and she's technically a human, but she's from Mars. Well, it's a fictional TV show. That's where all these different different elements start coming into play. But now that I'm thinking about it, it's actually a pretty good episode. I must have. This is bothering me. There we go. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's actually it's as I said, it's a decent. I feel like it's a decent episode, but I've just seen it so many times. So before I get too ahead of myself, let me explain who's in the episode. So we're gonna see Leela, we're gonna see Fry, we're gonna see Kif, we're gonna see Amy. Of course, the professor's in there. Zoidberg gets thrown in there. You see Hermes once. I'm trying to think who else is in there. Oh, Bender. Of course, Bender's in this episode. I wish I could remember more facts from this episode. It just wasn't cram packed with too much funny stuff. But like I said, it's an interesting story um, because of there's a male character giving birth to offspring that usually doesn't happen. Only in only in wildlife do you see that. But like I said, it doesn't. The fact that I've seen it so many times doesn't necessarily take away from the quality episode. It's still a decent episode, just not my favorite. Um, oh well, also in the episode, Amy's Amy's character is young. So when you're young, if you're on the right track, and okay, I'm gonna take that back. So if you're when you're young in real life, and uh, everything is pretty much taken care of, meaning you may even be from a lower income, but you don't have to work, or you haven't gotten pregnant or gotten anybody pregnant, and it's after high school and it's in college. That's pretty much the time where you figure out who you are and where you're gonna go, what path you're gonna take. Pretty much. I'm not saying that's for everybody. Now that's what they've painted this character as. I'm young. I'm having fun. I'm experiencing stuff. Blase, blase, blah. But all of a sudden, the person she's with gets pregnant, and I guess they're taking a look at that particular dynamic from a different perspective. I guess trying to use big words to sound smart, but I think they're taking a look at what happens when somebody's um, going down a path of like exploration, and then it gets stopped or cut short. I think you're taking a look at that, which is what it is. Now, episode 6, Less Than a Hero, is this is actually one of the better episodes. This is probably up there in my top 10, if I have a top 10. I have to go back and look and see all the episodes I've watched to see which ones I like the most. But this is a pretty good one because it takes Fry, Leela, and Bender, and they become superheroes, which is funny. And their names are I forget their names are pretty silly. Again, I think this is a like a calling card of the creator and the era he was raised up in, because Fry's character is wearing like a what is it called? I'm guessing it's called like a one piece, like, oh damn, I think it's like a onesie with a slit down the middle and bell bottoms, and he's wearing platform shoes and a really big chain. And Leela's dressed up kind of like Wonder Woman, kind of sort of like a Wonder Woman knockoff almost. And Bender's a king, of course, which I think a king with a burglar's mask, which I think everything that Bender does in this series is probably he's my favorite character. I feel like. Um, so let me see what happens. So there's so much that this is one of those, and this is another one of those episodes that I feel like I should have written down some of the jokes in here and some of the concepts that were thrown out because it was so funny. And the sub story, now the beginning, the main story is so complex in itself. Well, when I say complex, I don't mean to say it's complicated, but it's complex and it has a lot of moving parts. Try and put it like that. And the sub story is Leela's parents get to come up from the sewers because she's a mutant, not an alien, which we found out in a few episodes back. And this is also, along with that, it also takes a look at social injustices based on, I'm assuming, based on race, culture, and race, culture, and yeah, race, culture, and ethnic background. It takes a gander at that as well because I'm assuming they're replacing all those things for mutant. I'm assuming. I bit my lip the other day, like really bad. I was chewing some gum and I just said, ah, da, da, da. You can see it real good too. Looks like I'm in an abusive relationship and I was mouthing off or something. That's nothing to joke about. So let's see here. What? Ah, man. See, that's the thing. I should have wrote down some stuff from this episode. I keep telling myself I should do it for a really complex episode. Well, episode with a lot of moving parts, but I just never get around to it. I just watch it and try to give my best opinion on it, what happened in it. But overall, this is a really good episode. Like I said, top 10. Trying to think what else happens in this episode. Oh yeah, and there it's like a tribute to the Batman TV series. You know, the flashy music, but they one thing they leave out is the when a character gets punched or hit. Maybe they had it in there. I just can't remember. The character gets punched or hit. They don't have those words like boof and zam and poof and things like that. It was always like a catchphrase or zoink. Always like a catchphrase with the punch. I don't remember seeing that. Even though I just watched it, I don't remember seeing that. And it's funny how they get these superpowers. Leela and Fry, anyway, they wind up getting their superpowers through topical cream that you rub on your skin or whatever. Which I think is funny. Well, it's set in the future, so that's a possibility. And also, I like when Bender's basically wanting to be in their group, and this is when they're first forming, and he's trying to do things to sell him as a needed member. And he's like, I can stretch my arm like this, and this whatever. And he's like, oh, plus I got this going on. He has a door on his stomach, on his torso, and he can open and close it. He can open and close it like without touching it. And he's like, yeah, I got this going on. This door just open and close. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have to go and watch it. So funny. Just little things like that make it so funny. But yeah, I think I'm leaving out something. Am I leaving out something? Oh no. Also takes a look at Leela's relationship with her parents just a little bit. Doesn't dig too deep. I think that's it. But I like six better than five. Just that five I've seen so much. But till next time.